Thanks for stopping by. I have a little video today where I will be talking about the micro or the Foxy Fix number 0. If you saw the last video, you saw me unbox one of the variety bundles that they have. And someone wanted to see how I have everything set up or how I was setting it up. And I also have something that I want to share with my viewers. A free insert that you can print and download yourself. So let's first take a look at, someone wanted to see how I was setting up this little notebook for my mother. This is a Foxy Fix Micro number 0. It's in a sugar leather, and for the life of me I can't remember the name of this color. It's not cookie, it's the other one that's a little bit not as dark as that. And so let's see what we have here. So it has the crisscross pockets here, but it does not have the large back pocket. And that's how you know it's one of the sugar leathers, because it doesn't have that option. So what I did was, let's start at the back. I have a secretarial pocket, dashboard, and then I put that around a dot grid insert. And then on the next elastic from the end, you'll see I have 2 of the pedal dashboards, and then a dot grid insert. And then I have, on the next elastic, I have 2 of the pedal dashboards. One of the reasons why I like the pedal dashboards is, if you look right here, you can fit in a credit card, you can fit in gift cards, you can fit in all of that type of information and have it there with you. I'm going to take this out because I still have some money on that gift card. But you can use it as an easy way to store, important IDs or photos, or, if you wanted to decorate them with pretty papers, you can. And then on the first elastic, I have something new that I recreated for this year, and it is the Peaky Dory Design Monthly Planner, and in the micro size of the number 0. And it is the same one that we've been releasing for years in the various sizes, but I wanted to make sure that everyone that got a hold of one of these micro or number 0 bundles or Foxy's from the last few mystery sales would have something to put into it. So it is the monthly calendar on 2 pages, and it's a Monday start with 2 pages of dot grid in between. Month, dot grid, month, dot grid, month, dot grid. And you can print this yourself, bind it, cut it down, and then you'll have a nice little attachment inside of your new micro or number 0. And what I have here is some directions on exactly how to do that. So there's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need a printer. What helps best if you have a duplexing printer, but it's not necessary. You'll need the PDF file for this, which I will link down in the description below, of a Dropbox folder where you can find this insert. And it's 28 pages long, but that's 28 single-sided, so double-sided, it'll be half of that. And what you will get is, it will be in portrait mode, like this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is print it between 92 to 95%, just to make sure that when you fold it in half, that when you cut it, everything still, so nothing gets cut off, especially towards the center of the insert. And so it will print with this in the center of the page. Then After you print it, you're going to want to fold your paper in half. And you want to fold your paper in half on like this. Long ways, or there. And when you're duplexing, if you have a duplexing printer, duplex on the long edge binding. Then assemble it. It should print in order because it's the way the file is set up. And then you can either staple or hand stitch. I use a staple just because that's what I have. You can hand stitch it if you want to, or if you have a Foxy Fix, the elastics in the Foxy are quite tight. You might not need to do that for binding. The only reason I do it is to make sure that everything stays in place. So when I start cutting down the insert, you know, nothing's moving around. So the paper, when it's this way, is 8.5 wide by 11 tall. When you fold it in half, it's going to be 4.25 wide by still 11 tall. So the insert size for a micro is 4 inches tall by 3 inches wide. So what that means is we need to cut 1 1/4 off from this open side, not from the binding side, but from the open side. And you can use a metal edged ruler or a metal ruler. And you can use a X-Acto knife, a box cutter, or a rotary cutter. And so what you can do is take your metal lined side and just go back and forth. Be careful not to cut your fingers. And it'll take some time because you're going through quite a bit of paper. The sharper the blade, the easier it'll go, but still don't ever force, just gentle back and forth. And then that will remove 1 1/4. Then you're left with something that is 11 inches tall by 3 inches wide. So what we need to do is we need to cut 3.5 inches down from the bottom. So you can measure that 3.5 and then cut, cut, cut. So then you'll be left with that in the center. And then we need to cut off 3.5 inches from the bottom to get an insert that's 4. Boop, 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 boop. Remove that. And then you're left with this, a monthly calendar or a monthly planner that has 2 pages of dot grid and 2 pages for each month. And July will be exactly in the middle. And at the very end of the insert, there's 2 pages, then there's December, and at the end you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of dot grid, and then the last page which just has the design mark. And it's free for everybody that wants it. It's a dot grid and monthly calendar. And also, if, say, you don't even have any inserts, you can print just the dot grid pages. Print, that would be page 2 and page 3. Print those back to back 15 or so times, 15 or 16 times, and do everything the same way you did for the monthly calendar, and that will give you a dot grid insert. So you have everything you need to have a dot grid insert or inserts and your monthly calendar for the year. And I just thought, with so many people getting these and on the Facebook groups not really knowing what you could do with them, that's something that you can do. And so I have mine set up the exact same way I have the one for my mother set up. I've been using my passport for years as my wallet, but last year I used my micro for One Book July, and I did everything in it. I did my daily planning, I did my monthly planning, I did budgeting and grocery lists in it, and I even tracked our bills. So it is possible to use one of these. And I just thought, with everything going on in the country and in the world right now, I don't necessarily need to have something this big with me, that this could be a good time to go down in size from a passport to a into a micro. So there you go. Just a quick little comparison so you can see passport size. Passport is 5 by 3.5, and micro is 4 by 3. So it's an inch taller and an inch shorter and half an inch less as wide than the passport. But there you are. So I will link down below the Dropbox folder so you can get that file to make and assemble your own inserts. If you have any questions regarding how to do that, leave a comment down below here. There's lots of videos of people showing how they make inserts. I've got quite a few from years back. Ray Blake has a wonderful one if you need some different ideas on how to assemble your insert. But I just thought I would share a free insert for everybody that snagged one of these cute little notebooks in the past few mystery sales, to give you something to at least get jump started in using your tiny little TN. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.